just thought I'd do a clip as I'm walking today. It might be quite muddy and wet, so if the phone dips, it could very well be because I've sunk down into the mud. But I wanted to talk today about creativity. I write books and self-publish them, non-fiction, trying to transition into fiction. And I have done a couple of short, I don't think you call them stories, probably just call them a chapter. But what I'm finding is every day I am making a point of being creative in some way. So even this is creativity, isn't it? We forget that. We forget that a lot of things that we do are naturally creative. We are naturally creative people. May have been shoved out of us at an early age when we were told something wasn't very good and perhaps we stopped doing it. But we are, all of us, naturally creative. We create every day, I believe, in whichever way we do it. So my way is predominantly writing. It always has been. I haven't always written, but when I say it always has been, I mean I find that easier, writing my thoughts, writing things down. I'd often much rather have an exchange of letters than speak on the phone with people. Getting better at knowing I have to talk a bit more and being more and more willing to. But I create through the written word, so as I say, I write books, go on Amazon, self-publish them because I want to get them out there to help people as soon as I can. I'm in the process of writing my 10th book, this one, in my own name. There are 2 others that aren't in my name, but I only do that when I don't feel I wish to publicise them in my name for whatever reason. Good reasons. But yeah, creativity. So I'm writing every day. Normally I do journaling, or I write blogs, or I write towards my book, and at the moment I'm going more towards the book. Some days it's journaling that takes over and that's the writing I do, or I'll throw out a few blog posts and schedule them. But at the moment it's my book, and I'm writing even though it's not brilliant. Even as I write it, I think this isn't very good, and I'm typing it up afterwards because I like to do it pen and notebook, pen and paper, and then type up onto my laptop. So even as I'm doing both those parts, I'm thinking, this isn't great, but I just keep going. Because I think with creativity, you don't always know, and obviously it's subjective, isn't it? I can think it's brilliant and others might think it's awful, and vice versa. So I keep going. Just like we do each day in our lives, we keep going if we can, as and when we can. So yeah, I think we're all creative. That's my main message from this clip. We all have something, don't we? It might be deep down in there, hidden, like mine was for a while. I like photography. I like organising. We don't often consider that creative, do we? But I like to make, not necessarily tidy spaces, but I do like to organise things and declutter and just see what new space can be found, or how I can do a new layout and make it feel good for me. That is creating. I have this desire. I haven't followed it through as yet, but I'm sure I will at some point when I'm sitting thinking, what shall I do now? There's a photo I take every day on my walks, and I've had this desire for a while now, not done it. I want to draw that image. It doesn't matter how good it is or how bad it is, I just want to draw it. For some reason I'm pulled to that. I haven't been pulled to drawing properly drawing for a while. Sometimes I'll just pick up a Sharpie or a pencil and doodle and see where that goes, and sometimes from that picture I'll do a poem, or from the poem I'll do a picture. So that's another form of creativity for me, is poetry. When I have time, and I have the inclination. I think cooking can maybe another form of creativity for me. It's a long time since I did that, but you can all be creative that way. Haven't knitted for a while. My mum and nan were brilliant knitters, and they did teach me, but I let that go. But I think we all have an element of creativity in us, and it's just a matter of finding it and doing it and believing in ourselves. Like this, filming, it can be deemed as creative. Really, I'm just walking and talking. But that act of creating a channel, creating a video clip, you know, it's not the act of posting it, but it's the act of creating it that we often forget. Sometimes we take our pleasure in, I've done something with it. But actually, the pleasure, like in my writing, comes from the writing, the actual doing of it, the sharing of it, and how it rouses people is something different. I don't often know, obviously, if people have liked my writing or not, but yeah, creativity, it comes, doesn't it? So for me, it comes, well, like this, it can come on a walk, it can come from an image, it can come from what somebody has said, it can spark, literally. I've had a short story just come to me, just from nothing. You know, I've had to scribble it down very quickly, or a poem. And I did, through January, think my creativity was blocked. I wasn't writing, I wasn't having these poems coming to me. It's all a process, isn't it? We're all somewhere in the act of creation. Whether it's on its way, it's there in process, or it's done. And along those parts as well, there's different sections. So yeah, we're all creating. So hopefully you're creating today in your own way, whatever it is that you want to create, whatever that you can create. Maybe try a different way of creation. That's a bit of newness as well. So yeah, whatever you can do today, maybe think of creating. Thank you.